Hello, my name is Lieutenant Commander Scott Williams from the Sector Columbia River Command Center. Today we are going to discuss the important information necessary to prosecute a search and rescue incident. Today I have two members of our staff to discuss information necessary in prosecuting search and rescue incidents. First, I will have Operations Specialist 3rd Class Taylor Schmidt outline information necessary in the initial SAR check sheet. And second, I will have Lieutenant Yates outline the information necessary for a medical consult and a medical evacuation.
When the Coast Guard receives that initial distress call, one of the first things we do as communication watchstanders is grab our initial SAR check sheet. And that gives us 5 questions that we ask you, the mariner, that will allow us to be able to find you guys, realize what distress you're in, the situation, how many persons you have on board, and if you guys have PFDs. This allows us to be able to create a picture of what's going on, even though we're not there.
Often your maritime distress situation will involve a medical emergency on your vessel. In those situations, the Coast Guard needs to determine whether or not to pull you off of that vessel or provide you with the necessary information to get that patient to the proper medical care. We will ask additional questions in regards to those incidents to include personal information of the patient, information regarding the actual incident or the injury that occurred, and then maybe even if they were in a diving accident, we'll require more information to ensure that person is properly cared for. The personal information that we will require includes height, weight, date of birth, gender, family or personal medical history. In those cases, that information will help us or the flight surgeon that will be on the line to know what best way to care for that patient. Additionally, the incident will require knowing information about the airways, whether or not they're open or closed for that patient, whether they're bleeding, breathing, and information regarding their circulation or their pulse. Symptoms that they may be going through or maybe having or experiencing, ultimately to help us identify what is the best way to get that person off of that vessel into proper medical care.
In closing, it's important to remember that the Coast Guard team that arrives to assist a mariner in distress will provide direction to the master. Please follow those directions and we'll get you to where you need to go as soon as we can. Thank you for your attention.